Fans in Livingston County, Michigan, are giddy with excitement in anticipation of the future farm tour stop that will be made by country music artist Luke Bryan. The date of the tour stop is slated for September 20, 2025. Nevertheless, it is still unclear whether the event will go forward as planned because the organizers are encountered with obstacles in the process of acquiring the appropriate permits. The event, which was supposed to take place at Kubiak Family Farms in Conway Township, has been delayed as a result of barriers constructed by the municipality. As a result, there is a possibility that it will be moved to a different location in Howell Township. As the Howell Township Planning Commission gets ready to consider the permit request, the community and fans are excitedly awaiting word in the hopes that they will be able to witness the five-time Entertainer of the Year bring his unique energy to their backyard. Ongoing concerts on farm tours as a tradition. It is a well-loved tradition that Luke Bryan's farm tour, which is currently in its 16th year, takes high-energy country music performances to rural areas all around the United States. Because of Bryan's dedication to giving back, the trip, which generates money for scholarships for children living in farming areas, has become a defining characteristic of his organization. Bryan has made 2 appearances in Livingston County over the course of the past 5 years, one of which was at Kubiak Family Farms in Fowlerville. Livingston County has been a frequent destination for Bryan. There are just 6 sites scheduled for the 2025 tour, which was announced as a part of Bryan's larger country song Came On tour. The final stop is scheduled to take place on September 20 at Kubiak Farm in Livingston County. However, recent events have raised questions over whether or not the performance will take place in this venue, or even if it will take place at all. Bryan was supposed to go back to Kubiak Family Farms, which is located at 10,661 W. Sherwood Road in Conway Township, according to the initial scenario. However, according to reports, the organizers ran into problems with municipal rules. These problems included concerns about the venue's lack of proper cell coverage, which represents a possible threat to the safety of big crowds. The concert team is currently negotiating with a farmer and officials in Howell Township, which is around 8 miles away, to relocate the event to a new location that has better cell connection and infrastructure. This is being done in order to address the problems that have been presented. In order to guarantee connectivity, there is also the possibility of constructing a temporary cell tower. A special meeting has been planned for the Howell Township Planning Commission to take place on August 12, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. at Howell Township Hall. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the permit, which is an essential step in determining whether or not Bryan's fans will get to witness him perform. For Livingston County, the stakes are high. It is more than simply a night of music for Livingston County to host a Luke Bryan farm tour performance. It is also a boost to the county's economy and culture. The gathering is attended by thousands of people, which causes local hotels, restaurants, and businesses to be completely full. Previous farm tour dates in the region have brought fans from all over the state of Michigan and beyond, eager to hear Bryan's classics such as Country Girl, Shake It For Me, Drunk on You, and Play It Again in the one-of-a-kind environment of a working farm. Local students are also supported by the scholarship money that were raised during the trip, which adds an additional layer of community impact that is keenly felt in this agricultural region. Fans are experiencing a range of emotions, including excitement and worry, as a result of the lack of clarity on the permits. This view is reflected in posts with some users expressing their displeasure over the difficulties associated with organizing huge events. One user brought up the significance of permits for large-scale concerts, highlighting the fact that they guarantee safety and compliance without restricting the right to express oneself freely within the community. In the meantime, local officials are under pressure to strike a balance between the community's desire to stage a high-profile event and worries regarding overall safety. The plan to relocate to Howell Township, if granted, could have the potential to address these concerns while still maintaining the concert's location within Livingston County. However, the outcome is contingent on the decision made by the Planning Commission. Luke Bryan's appeal does not disappear. Luke Bryan is a native of Georgia who has established his career on the foundation of his ability to connect with audiences, including his Charm Entertainer of the Year honors from the Academy of Country Music and the Country Music Association. Bryan has established himself as a formidable figure in the industry. His farm tour concerts, which began in 2009, are a reflection of his connections to rural life and his dedication to provide support to communities that are involved in farming. Among the locations that will be visited during the 2025 farm tour are Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan. The planned performance in Livingston County is attracting a lot of attention due to its history and the ongoing drama surrounding the permits process. In addition to songs from his album Mind of a Country Boy, which was released in 2024, Bryan is anticipated to include fan favorites such as Huntin', Fishin' and Lovin' Every Day, One Margarita, and Love You, Miss You, Mean It on the roster of songs that will be performed on his tour in 2025. The joyous atmosphere will be further enhanced by the presence of supporting acts such as George Burge, Mae Estes, and Cole Goodwin, who will be performing alongside him. As a result of the fact that having the opportunity to witness Bryan play these classics in a field beneath the stars is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for fans of Livingston County, the decision regarding the permit is even more important. The difficulties involved in producing large-scale events. The challenges that Livingston County faces in obtaining permits bring to light the difficulties that are involved in organizing large-scale outdoor performances. Concerns pertaining to safety, such as the provision of cell service for emergency communications, the control of traffic, and the restriction of noise, are among the highest priority for local officials. The absence of dependable cell coverage at the initial location was a serious obstacle, as it had the potential to impede coordination during an event that was anticipated to attract thousands of people. The organizers think that by moving to Howell Township, they would be able to address these issues. Nonetheless, they will have to traverse a new set of laws and face objections from the community. As the Planning Commission considers the potential advantages of the event in comparison to the potential drawbacks, the special meeting that will take place on August 12 will be a defining moment. Local media outlets, like as the Livingston Daily and WHMI, have provided substantial coverage of the matter, highlighting the fact that the Howell Township location provides superior accessibility to infrastructure. On the other hand, there are some locals who are concerned about the noise and the traffic congestion, which are normal worries for rural regions that host huge events. As part of their efforts to address these concerns, the organizers are making preparations for a temporary cell tower and are working in conjunction with the local law enforcement to manage crowds. Whether or not these efforts are sufficient to bring Bryan's farm tour to Livingston County for a third time will be determined by the outcome of the permit meeting. What does the future hold for organizers and fans? As the meeting on August 12 draws near, supporters are keeping a close eye on any developments that may be released. Ticket sales for the farm tour began in April, and a significant number of people have already purchased their tickets in the expectation that the performance will go ahead as scheduled. Should the permission for Howell Township be granted, the event has the potential to be yet another significant chapter in Bryan's long and illustrious connection with Livingston County. Should the request be denied, the organizers may be forced to investigate alternate sites or maybe cancel the stop entirely, which would be a sad outcome for both the community and the spectators. For the time being, it is very evident that Luke Bryan is still interested in bringing his farm tour to Livingston County. However, the decision relies on the availability of permits. The most recent information may be found on Bryan's official website or on local news outlets such as the Livingston Post, and fans are strongly encouraged to monitor updates on these platforms. On account of the palpable expectation, it is hoped that the logistical obstacles will be addressed, which will make it possible for thousands of people to come together for a night of country music, community, and celebration. The commitment that Bryan has shown to his supporters and the farming community continues to be unshakable, regardless of whether he is working at Kubiak Family Farms or a new location in Howell Township. Livingston County is anxious to welcome him back, provided that the permissions are granted.